truth will set you free. God cannot be bound, enslaved or imprisoned. Freedom is our right, divine way of living. Be free, the truth will set you free. Be free, the truth will set you free. As the river flows, swim with the water, 'cause God is that now. Freedom is our power. Be free, the truth will set you free. Be free, the truth will set you free. The soul is pure, the music flows free. Be free, the truth will set you free. Be free, the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. Be free, the truth will set you free. Be free, the truth will set you free. Be free, the truth will set you free. Truth will set you free. Be free, the truth will set you free.
Good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Denver online service. We are a loving, prosperous community in the heart of Capitol Hill and now here online. And it does look like we're remaining online at least through the end of the year. As conditions become acceptable to return to face-to-face services, we'll be sure to let you know via our newsletter. And if you're interested in learning about everything happening around the Center for Spiritual Living, new information, upcoming events, well, we send out a weekly newsletter. And yes, just one email per week will keep you on top of everything that's happening. Head on over to the website, csldenver.org, and you can sign up there, or send an email to info@csldenver.org and request to be put on the email list. This week, following service, we'll be hosting our Zoom virtual fellowship. We can use the same link you've used in the past, or if you need a new link or don't have a link, just send an email to info@csldenver.org and ask for a Zoom fellowship link. We'll get right back to you, and you can come join the fun as we stay connected right after the service. Save the date for November 15th, as our very own Tim Hancock will be presenting a practitioner-led workshop on November 15th. This will start right after service, 11 a.m., and we're going to explore Ernest Holmes' statements of belief entitled What We Believe, which was written back in 1920. We'll discuss the statements, see if they're applicable for today's life, and how it lines up with our personal belief. We'd love to have you join us. This workshop will be on Zoom and is offered on a love offering basis. Again, that's on November 15th. Finally today, Science of Mind magazine has a special limited time offer for CSL member communities. If you'd like to pick up a copy of their digital magazine, this is the Science of Mind digital subscription. It's only $14.95 through the end of the year. And when you use our special promotion code, CSL Denver receives $5 from each subscription. There's no limit to how many subscriptions you might give away or get for yourself. If you need the promo code, it is X000025. That's X000025. And we'll leave a link in the comments of today's program so you can go and sign up. Finally, we still are working on photos and we'd love just a handful more. Please consider sharing a photo or two with us as we create a special community video project with these photos. That's it for today, folks. Let's get back into the music. Here's some more Freddie Rodriguez Jr.
Cause God's inside my soul. Cause God's inside my soul. Cause God's inside my soul. Let it be known. Let it be known. Cause God is all. Cause God's inside your soul. God lives in your soul. Cause God's inside your soul. Let it be known. Let it be known. Cause God is all. Cause God's inside our souls. Cause God's inside our souls. God lives in our souls. Let it be known. Let it be known. Cause God is all. Cause God's inside.
Good morning. I'm Tim Hancock, a practitioner here at Center for Spiritual Living Denver. And I invite you to close your eyes for the invocation and know as we turn within to our soul where God resides, into that place where there is peace, love, joy, compassion. We return to that place of love. And we know as we connect with the divine that we are whole, perfect, and complete. We know that the turmoil that is going on all around us is just turmoil, but it is not who we are, and it is not what it is. And as we move in through today, we know we are truly blessed with a life and with a purpose in our life. And we move through today knowing that all is well within our soul. I am absolutely grateful for this service, for Millie and her message, for Freddie and his music, for Reverend Robert and his technical support, Reverend Elzia with his support of our center, and also Alice Nutter, our practitioner in chief, who, with her unwavering love, keeps us on the straight and narrow. So as we move into today's service, we know that the message, the music, and the purpose of our soul is perfect. And together we say, and so it is. And now for a reading today. There is a growing awareness that what people are doing is not working in their daily lives. Many are seeking more. They are seeking to awaken, that is, to experience the Christ consciousness within each of us. All an individual needs in order to experience Christ consciousness is the will and capacity to maintain an open mind and dedication to any spiritual practice. The means by which one achieves this is not important. This may be as simple as following a new way of conscious thought in order to be a more compassionate, patient, or tolerant person, to recognize the divine within. Once the human mind recognizes the divine within, Christ consciousness tends to awaken gradually. It can be viewed as having found truth or a rediscovery of one's connection with their innermost spiritual being. To know Christ consciousness is to recognize one's birthright as a child of God. And from her founder, Ernest Holmes, the universal mind contains all knowledge. It is the potential ultimate of all things that are possible. Let us then seek that divine reality which ever enfolds us in its internal embrace, that spirit which is within, around, and about us, that inspiration which is the guiding star of our soul. And as we permit eternity to make a new imprint upon our mind, to enlarge the boundaries of our spiritual horizon, to break down the intellectual barriers of our thought, we shall then view the world as one vast plain and one boundless reach of sky, and we may walk into the light of joy. And now let's return to Freddie and a new selection that he has written, Daily Prayer.
Lord, you know who I am. As you know, my world good and bad. And I've tried time again. But the door is closing again. And I need to have more faith and some daily prayer. And I need to sing your song so you will take me there. And I need to have more faith and some daily prayer. And I need to sing your song 'cause you will take me there. I know, Lord, you blessed me so well, but I want more than you tell. I've been told to give thanks, my friend, and work hard. Pray, believe, ascend. And I need to have more faith and some daily prayer. And I need to sing your song 'cause you will take me there. And you need to have more faith some daily prayer, and you need to sing his song, 'cause he will take you there. Ooh, daily prayer. Ooh, daily prayer. Oh, daily prayer. I know. And I need to have more faith and some daily prayer. And I need to sing your song, so you will take me there. And you need to have more faith and some daily prayer. And you need to sing his song, so he will take you there. And we need to have more faith and some daily prayer. And we need to sing his song, so he will take us there. Ooh, daily prayer. Ooh, daily prayer. Ooh, daily prayer. I know.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Millie Forsberg, and I'm so grateful to be here again at Denver CSL to speak with you today. My title, the title of my talk, is Awakening to the Christ Within. And I'd like to start this talk with a story. I love stories. But this story was written by Russell Cromwell. He became a minister in 1881. It's a true story, and it's called Acres of Diamonds. Some of you might have heard it before, but it's a really good story. And he talks about a poor farmer who settled in Africa. And this farmer tried to work his land that was really rocky. He struggled to try to get his crops to grow with this. It was just too rocky to really do anything with. So he became tired after years of trying to work this useless farm, and he just wanted to get rid of it because he had an idea. And that idea was this: he had heard about people, so many men who had discovered diamonds, and suddenly they were rich just by mining these diamonds. And he decided this is what he wanted to go and do. So he sold his property, and he searched the continent for years of his life, trying to find these riches that always eluded him. Finally, after so many years of doing this, he became despondent. He was broke spiritually, financially, and he just didn't feel like he could do it anymore. So he went to a bridge, threw himself in the river, and drowned. Meanwhile, the farmer who had bought the property from the first farmer was working his land one day when he noticed a large, odd-shaped stone and had some glimmer to it. There was some shiny specks on it, and it was in the river. So apparently, the river had rubbed enough of the outer coating of this rock away so that he noticed it. He picked it up, and this rock ended up being a very large, valuable diamond. And as it turned out, the entire property was filled with these diamonds. And they were in their rough shape. But once he found this one, then he began to find others. It became one of the biggest, most lucrative diamond mines in Africa. So what is the moral of the story? I thought that this was great because it just reminds me of what we have within us. And a lot of times we don't realize it. The road may seem rocky. Our fields that we're trying to work may seem rocky, but actually there's a gift. There is a gift in the hardship of those rocks. So what do? Each of us we're in the middle of our own diamond our own acres of diamonds. And the way that we can know this and the way that we can get to this is first by recognizing our own Christ within. So the first way to do this, to get to this recognition, to connect with this recognition, is to pray, is through prayer and treatment. Here in our teaching, in our philosophy, we call it treatment or affirmative prayer, because affirmative prayer says that we believe what we are saying. We don't beseech God, we don't beg. It's just a loving, kind experience. And most of what we want, if we believe it, we can have it. The master teacher said in the book of Matthew that all things, whatever ye ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. And sometimes people may think that, well, I've prayed and I didn't get an answer. Well, you did get an answer. It was no or wait. You know, it's all God. It's your field of rocks at the time that's just waiting to be cultivated into something shiny and new, into transformation. One of the things that I experienced recently is, as a minister, I was laid off from my job after, COVID hit, and all of the churches seemed to move online like we're experiencing right now. And so I don't know, I was feeling some kind of way about this. Well, it's like, well, now what? I want to be a minister. I want to do this job. But I went deep within and I prayed about it. And one day Spirit kind of tapped me on the shoulder and said, well, you are a nurse. And so then I started arguing with Spirit because, I'm human and that's what we do. Yeah, well, I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to go into the hospital. I don't want to wham. I just went on and on and on. COVID is so prevalent. And I would just be exposing myself. And I went through this whole scene. Finally, it occurred to me that everything is online. Your doctor's visits are online. Your nurse visits are online. Nurse links, information, and this sort of thing is online. Is online now. And I said, well, Spirit, if I could get something like that, that would be great. I would love to, speak with people and help them through their time right now in whatever it is they're experiencing health-wise. And I hardly had that prayer out of my mouth before my phone dinged. There was a text message from an agency that said, we have telephone triage nurse positions. If this is something you're interested in, get in touch with us right away because these jobs go fast. So the next day I had a position as a Nurse Link registered nurse. And what I have found during this time and in this position is that I get to minister to people all day. It's not just about their health, but when people call the nurse line, and as a nurse, even before this time in our lives that we're experiencing, there is always a spiritual element. Always. People are always seeking something higher than themselves. And even in their health, this is something that they're seeking. So I feel so rewarded to be able to be that person in contact with so many people every day. My ministry has grown. It is beyond anything I ever imagined. And I'm absolutely grateful for this. But this was because I asked. I picked up that rock and I saw that there was something under there. And I rubbed it off and looked at it and turned it around and said, okay, I could do this. And Spirit answered that prayer. And I'm absolutely grateful for that. The second way we can awaken to our Christ consciousness is to transcend our limiting beliefs. We need to do this. And this is how it works. If you believe you can't have it, you won't. If you believe you can have it, you will get it. We all have put ourselves in a type of little tight box that we had to work our way out of. Consider this as that field of diamonds again. We have all worked ourselves in that box, and some have gotten there and decided, well, I can't really get out of this. This is the way it is. These are the cards I've been dealt, and I'm just going to deal with it. And some people live their lives like that. They live with that limited thinking. I can't do any better. I'm poor. My family was poor. My parents were poor. I can't do any better than what I'm doing right now. And I would just like to liken that to the caterpillar. Think about the caterpillar, this little bug that is crawling around on the ground. It's part of the lower rung of the food chain for other insects. And finally, at some point, the caterpillar decides, you know what? I've had enough of this. And so it begins to spin a cocoon or chrysalis. And within that chrysalis, it transforms. And when its time is fully come, it begins to work its way out of that tight cocoon that it has made. It went in as this little hairy thing and comes out as a beautiful butterfly. And for so many of us, it is time for us to spread our wings and to know that we can transcend any situation that we find ourselves in the middle of right now. Any train of thought, we can transcend that. And actually, we are being called to transcend that, our way of thinking. We're being called to elevate our consciousness on the planet right now, to hold the high watch as we heal, as the United States heals, as the planet heals. We are to transcend our limited beliefs and just step out of that box that we have made for ourselves. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, said that your words have meaning in such a degree as you actually feel that they are the activity of the spirit within you. So how are you feeling right now? Just know that if you've ever noticed that there are times when you have a thought and you just stay with this thought and nothing seems to move. Oh, this always happens to me. Oh, I can't do that. Or, whatever it is you're thinking about, if you don't get out of that train of thought, it stays right there for you. It never changes. So you're manifesting moment by moment with your daily thoughts. And we've all done this, but it's just time to move from that. It's time to connect to that inner consciousness. My final point is this. The universe is working for your good, always and in all ways. The Science of Mind text states that Christ is the universal idea, and each one puts on the Christ to the degree that he surrenders a limited sense of life to the divine realization of wholeness and unity with good, spirit, and God. We are carrying around our acres of diamonds deep within us. And as we awaken, we are being called to awaken. We're being called to know our truth. And some of us in these teachings of the practitioners, ministers, we are being called to know the truth for all so that each of us, the whole planet, can awaken to the Christ that is within us. This Christ has never left. This is our thought. We are in sonship with spirit. Just as the master teacher said, I and my Father are one. That holds true for us today. We may not look at it exactly like we did if we were ever in a traditional church. One thing is we have learned in this philosophy is that we are one in spirit, individual expressions of the divine. Deep within each and every one of us is that Christ consciousness that has never left us. We have been born with it. It came with us into this incarnation right now on the planet. The day we were born, it came with us. And sometimes as we go along, we forget our oneness with all that is. We forget our oneness with that Christ consciousness that has never left us, has never forsaken us, and will not ever leave us. And as we awaken to it, we can never go back. We cannot ever go back to the way we were. We cannot ever be what we used to be. We cannot ever stop transcending our limited beliefs because we know that there is a power, and that power is deep within us. And that power is for our good. And it is for us right here and right now. I give thanks for this. I give thanks for just connecting with that inner power. I give thanks for having that inner friend that walks with me daily, not beside me, but within me, as me, this life, this God life that is mine right now. And so I'd just like to invite you into prayer as we just connect and realize and know and just accept this truth right here and right now. First of all, that we must, the first thing that we need to do is just know that it is up to us to pray and to treat for what we want. And when we say treat, our philosophy, we say treat and move your feet. So just consider this. If you ask for a diamond and you're in a field of rocks, don't just look at them, pick them up and see what they are. That's moving your feet, not just asking and not doing anything with it. Secondly, transcend your limited beliefs. And then finally, just know that the universe is here working for each and every one of us, through us, as us. Let us pray. And so right here, right now, just knowing that God is all that there is, and that I am one with spirit. I am one in love and in the kindness and the harmony of the divine. I know that God works with me, through me, as me. And I know this for each and every sentient being right here and right now on the planet. I know this for each and every person within the sound of my voice. I know that for each of us, that it is up to us to look at the good that surrounds us. For everything that seems like it is against us, it is molding us, teaching us, loving us, and allowing us to transcend our limited beliefs, knowing that that is not where we have to stay if it is a situation that we are unhappy with. That spirit is right with us, teaching us, tapping us on the shoulder, saying, okay, you can do this. Here is something else for you. What is it you are willing to do in order to have what you want? So as we transcend these limiting beliefs, as we just accept that we are universal consciousness together, as we accept this, I know for each and every person here that we are love, we transcend our limited beliefs, and that we accept that we are God in expression, that we are in sonship with spirit, that Christ consciousness that is ours right now. And so it is with great thanksgiving that I release this prayer. I release it into the law. I release it knowing that it is good and very good and that it is done. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. And now, Alice.
Thank you, Reverend Millie. Beautiful, beautiful
Thank you.
talk. I'm going to look for my acres of diamonds. Good talk for this time that we're experiencing right now. And I want to tell you all how so very grateful we are here at CSL Denver for the support that you have provided us in time, treasure, and talent, and just holding the highest watch for everybody here and for us meeting online until it is safe for us to meet in person, because we so miss you all so very, very much. So thank you so much for everything that you give, like I said, in time, treasure, and talent. So right now, there are several ways you can make your financial contribution if you want to do in treasure. So that information is running across the bottom of the screen. You can give either by text to give or through our website. You can go to www.csldenver.org and there's a donate button, or you can send a check to our P.O. box that is running across the bottom of the screen. And also, if you haven't already done it, you can when you shop at King Soopers and at Amazon Smile, you can link your account to Center for Spiritual Living Denver, and we will get a percentage of proceeds whenever you shop at either of those places. So if you will take your gift in your hand and hold it and just absolutely know that your heart is open, full, and bursting, knowing that what you give out comes back to us and to you a millionfold. So repeat with me. This perfect gift is spirit in form, circulating and blessing all that it touches. Freely I give, and joyously I receive. And so it is. And so we have a few more last end of service announcements. Always know that practitioners are available for prayer work with you. You can find our names and phone numbers on our website at www.csldenver.org, and know that we are here for you and would love to pray with you. And as we mentioned at the beginning of our service, we will be having a Zoom fellowship right after service. And so you should have received an email this morning if you've been on our list and have been attending. If you haven't, excuse me, send an email to info@csldenver.org saying fellowship, and we will send you the link for that, because we would love to see you and see how you're doing and talk with you. And we have our practitioner-led workshop by Tim Hancock. That is next Sunday, right after service from 11 to 1. And he's going to be talking about what I believe, which is Ernest Holmes' statement of belief. And it promises to be just a wonderful workshop. Tim is so great at taking this information and putting it into a wonderful way for us to talk about and to understand. So please join us. And last, we have the Science of Mind magazine digital subscription special offer, as Reverend Robert mentioned earlier in the service, that if you want to get the digital Science Mind magazine, then and put the our code X000025 when you sign up, and again, CSL Denver will get a portion of the proceeds. So meanwhile, have a wonderful week. We love you all and miss you so much. Take care of yourselves and be in touch with us if you need anything. And we will see you next Sunday. Love you. Bye.
Your gift might be playing melodies on the piano, or maybe your gift might be singing pretty like a sparrow, or maybe you can talk to people, make them feel good inside, or maybe you're an actress making people laugh or cry. Whatever it might be, show the world so we can see. You got to shine, spread your wings and fly. Show the world just how you shine. Claim your gift and don't deny. Sometimes you got to move on, show the world what's going on. Whatever it might be, show the world so we can see. You might be a leader, teaching people to be bold, or you could be a runner racing to get their gold. But sometimes you might make mistakes and give your gift up. RFK said, I dream of things that never were and ask why not. Whatever it might be, show the world so we can see. You got to shine, spread your wings and fly. Show the world just how you shine. Claim your gift and don't deny. Sometimes you got to move on. Show the world what's going on. Whatever it might be, show the world so we can see. To shine, spread your wings and fly. Show the world just how you shine. Claim your gift and don't deny. Sometimes you got to move